When your grown children disrespect you, try this instead. You raised them. You sacrificed everything. You gave them the best years of your life. And now they roll their eyes when you speak. They cut you off mid-sentence. They treat strangers with more courtesy than they show you. Sound familiar? Here's what nobody tells you about adult children who disrespect their parents. It's not really about you. It's about power. And the good news? You have more control over this than you think. I'm about to share 7 ways to turn this around. Not by begging for respect, not by reminding them what you've done, but by changing the entire game. Some of these might feel uncomfortable at first, but stick with me. Because by the end, you'll know exactly how to get your grown children to see you as the strong, valuable person you've always been. If you are new here, welcome to Elder's Soul Journal. Kindly subscribe to my channel, give this video a thumbs up, and turn on the notification bell for more valuable videos. Step 1. Stop being available 24/7. Right now, you probably drop everything when they call. You rearrange your plans. You cancel appointments. You make yourself available whenever they need something. Stop. I know a woman named Patricia. For 20 years, she was her daughter's personal assistant. Emergency babysitter? Patricia. Last-minute dinner guest when someone canceled? Patricia. Need someone to vent to at midnight? Patricia was there. But here's what happened. Her daughter started taking her for granted. Patricia became the backup plan, not the priority. Her time meant nothing because it was always free. Then Patricia changed the rules. When her daughter called needing last-minute help, Patricia said, "I have plans today, but I'm free Thursday if that works." When her daughter wanted to vent late at night, Patricia said, "Call me tomorrow morning. I go to bed at 10 now." Her daughter was shocked. But something interesting happened. She started planning ahead. She started asking, not demanding. She started valuing her mother's time because it wasn't unlimited anymore. Your availability should have limits. Your time should have value. When you treat your schedule like it matters, they will too. Step 2. Create your own happiness. This one hurts, but it's true. If your happiness depends on your children, you've already lost their respect. Think about the people you admire most. Are they the ones who need you constantly? Or are they the ones who have rich, full lives of their own? I knew a man called David. After retirement, he had nothing to talk about except his kids. Every conversation was about what his son was doing, what his daughter achieved, what the grandkids were up to. He lived through their stories because he had none of his own. His children started avoiding his calls, not because they didn't love him, but because talking to him felt heavy. He needed their stories to feel alive. Everything changed when David started taking pottery classes. Suddenly, he had his own adventures, his own frustrations, his own victories. When his children called, he actually had interesting things to share. They stopped seeing him as someone who needed them and started seeing him as someone they wanted to know. Your children don't want to be responsible for your happiness. That's too much pressure, but they do want to celebrate it with you. Step 3. Speak less, impact more. Here's something most parents get wrong. They think respect comes from talking more. Actually, it comes from talking less. Every time you explain yourself, justify your position, or try to convince them you're right, you lose a little respect. Why? Because people who command respect don't need to explain why they deserve it. I remember a man named Charles. His son would make decisions he disagreed with, and he'd spend an hour explaining why he was wrong. He'd list all his life experiences. He'd remind him of his wisdom. He'd give example after example. All it did was make him tune him out. Then Charles learned something powerful. Silence has weight. Instead of long explanations, he started saying things like, "I see it differently," and then he'd stop talking. Instead of giving unsolicited advice, he'd wait to be asked. His son started listening because he wasn't forcing him to. His words carried weight because he used fewer of them. When you speak less, people lean in to hear what you have to say. Step 4. Let natural consequences teach. Stop protecting your adult children from their own mistakes. Every time you rescue them, you rob them of respect for your wisdom. Here's why. When you constantly step in to fix things, you become the solution to their problems instead of the person who taught them how to solve problems. I knew a couple in Minnesota who had only one son. Their adult son kept making bad financial decisions. Every time they would bail him out of his financial issues. They'd lecture him about money, give him advice he ignored, then write him another check. One day they stopped. When their son called asking for money, they told him to find his way out of this one. When he complained about the consequences of his choices, but they did not change their stance. Their son was furious at first, but then something happened. He figured it out. He learned to budget. He made better choices. And for the first time in years, he called his parents for advice instead of money. Your job isn't to save them from life. It's to trust that you raised them well enough to handle it. Step 5. Demand basic respect or walk away. This is the hardest one, but also the most important. You must be willing to reduce contact if they can't treat you with basic respect. I'm not talking about cutting them off forever. I'm talking about showing them that disrespect has consequences. Joyce had a daughter who constantly criticized her. Her clothes, her opinions, her lifestyle choices. Nothing Joyce did was ever good enough. For years, Joyce took it because she didn't want to rock the boat. Then Joyce realized something. Her daughter's criticism was actually destroying their relationship anyway. So she started enforcing boundaries. When her daughter started criticizing, Joyce would say, "I'm going to end this call now. Try again tomorrow." At first, her daughter thought she was being dramatic, but Joyce was consistent. Disrespect meant the conversation ended. Period. Within a month, her daughter's tone completely changed. She realized that if she wanted a relationship with her mother, she needed to show up differently. Your love for them should be unconditional. Your time and energy should not be. Step 6. Stop explaining your worth. Never, ever try to convince your children that you deserve respect by listing what you've done for them. The moment you start defending your value, you've already lost. People who truly command respect never have to explain why they deserve it. Instead of saying, "After everything I've done for you," try saying nothing at all. Instead of reminding them of your sacrifices, show them your strength. A man named Thomas used to start every difficult conversation with his children by recounting his years of sacrifice. All it did was make them defensive and resentful. When Thomas stopped doing this and started speaking from a place of quiet confidence, his children started seeing him as strong rather than guilt-tripping. Your past sacrifices were gifts, not contracts. Don't turn them into weapons. Bonus step: model the relationship you want. Here's what most parents miss. Your adult children are watching how you handle disrespect. They're learning what's acceptable by watching what you accept. If you tolerate being interrupted, they learn it's okay to interrupt you. If you accept being dismissed, they learn your opinions don't matter. If you allow yourself to be treated poorly, you're actually teaching them that this is normal. But here's the flip side. When you model self-respect, you teach them how to treat you. I knew a woman named Virginia. Her family had a habit of talking over her at dinner gatherings. For years, she'd just sit quietly, feeling invisible. One day, Virginia tried something different. When someone interrupted her, she calmly said, "Excuse me, I wasn't finished," and continued speaking. When someone dismissed her opinion, she said, "I disagree, and here's why," then stated her position once and moved on. The family was surprised at first, but they adjusted. Because Virginia showed them exactly how she expected to be treated. Your adult children need to see you respecting yourself before they can respect you. Be the example of how you want to be treated. Here's what I want you to understand. Respect isn't something you can beg for, argue for, or guilt someone into giving you. It's something you command by how you show up in the world. Your grown children aren't disrespecting you because they don't love you. They're doing it because somewhere along the way, the dynamic shifted and you allowed it. But here's the beautiful part. You can shift it back. When you stop chasing their approval, they start valuing your opinion. When you create your own happiness, they want to be part of it. When you speak with quiet confidence, they listen. When you let natural consequences teach, they respect your wisdom. When you enforce boundaries, they learn to honor them. When you stop defending your worth, they see it clearly. And when you model self-respect, they follow your lead. This isn't about being cold or distant. It's about being strong. It's about showing your children the same person who raised them. confident, capable, and worthy of respect. The relationship you want with your adult children is possible, but it starts with the relationship you have with yourself. If you recognize yourself in this situation, pick one step, just one. Maybe it's stopping yourself from explaining why you deserve better treatment. Maybe it's saying no the next time they expect you to drop everything. Maybe it's building something in your life that has nothing to do with them. Start there. Be consistent. And watch how quickly things begin to change. Because here's the truth, they don't want you to know. Your adult children need you to be strong more than they need you to be available. They need you to have boundaries more than they need you to be agreeable. They need you to respect yourself more than they need you to sacrifice yourself. When you give them that gift, the gift of a mother or father who knows their worth, you give them permission to see you the way you deserve to be seen. And that's when respect returns, not because you demanded it, but because you earned it all over again. If this resonates with you, I want to hear from you. Share in the comments below which step you're going to try first. And if you found this helpful, share it with someone who might need to hear it too. Don't forget to subscribe, like this video, and turn on the notification bell. Remember, you didn't raise your children to disrespect you. Don't accept it now.